Why are they doing this man dirty on the main roster as if this dude wasn't one of the MVPs in NXT? Why are they treating this dude like he always missed when this man never missed? It's looking skeptical because it's funny how he gave Lyra Valkyria a title, Tiffany Stratton, Braun Breaker. Look at them. And look at Carmelo Hayes. Question: the person who I feel should win a singles title in 2025 is Carmelo Hayes. Break that Melo don't Miz, that Melo likes Miz, whatever the f it is, break it up. Get the f rid of it. I'm sick of it. I don't know who the f thought this was a good idea. I don't know what right person would in their mind would try to book this bull. Why the f is Melo with the Miz? That didn't help Johnny Gargano. That didn't help Tommaso Ciampa. R-Truth didn't enhance that. Bro, break that up right now. Carmelo Hayes, someone who as talented as he is, cannot find TV time, cannot make a PLE, cannot find like this man, he can't have any. This man is positioned as a loser. Everybody's calling him New Ricochet 2.0. Do you know how disrespectful that is? For you to be wasting him on the main roster because you see him as a short guy who's not as tall as Braun Breaker, who's not as built as Braun Breaker, but athletic as hell, has charisma, can give you a 5-star match, and you do nothing with him? You know, I have made numerous videos on Carmelo Hayes, and I have made numerous statements saying how I was not pleased with the position that he was in WWE. And I feel like there was a glimpse of hope when he won the United States Championship, and he did showcase his talent. He showcased his athleticism. He showcased the fact that he can get the crowd on his side throughout his work ethic. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like all that work meant nothing because he still missed WrestleMania. And I got to wondering, and I'm thinking to myself, the future of WWE is so black. You know what I'm saying? You got Jade Cargill, Bianca Belair, Naomi, Lash Legend, Javon Evans, Trick Williams, Oba Femi, Carmelo Hayes. But when I started to look at the black men's side of things and look at who the future is, you got Trick, Javon, Oba, and Carmelo. Now, if you guys have noticed, Carmelo Hayes wasn't on WrestleMania, even though he's been on the main roster for 2 years. He has yet to have a WrestleMania debut. Trick, Javon, and Oba, they had their WrestleMania debuts, and they just got on the main roster. And I got to asking myself why. The question of everything, the most important question you can ever ask of something is why. Is it the fact that he's black? I don't fucking know. It could possibly be knowing this company. But when you look at Oba, Trick, and Javon, what do they have that Carmelo Hayes does not have? I will give you 5 seconds to answer that. It was a trick question. Javon Evans, Trick, and Oba has a few things that Carmelo Hayes does not have. For one, Carmelo Hayes doesn't have the height. Carmelo Hayes does not have the height. And in the WWE, that is something that is very, very important. If you don't have the height, if you don't have the muscle mass, it doesn't matter. I mean, look at their top stars. You got John Cena, Randy Orton, Triple H, you know what I'm saying, Batista, you know what I'm saying? You got Roman Reigns, you know what I mean? It's like, it's just like, it's right there. They're telling you what they want. And Carmelo Hayes doesn't have that. And that makes me nervous for his future because I don't think he has a secure future like a Trick or Oba. You know what I'm saying? Because they have the size. They have, you know, one other thing that Carmelo Hayes doesn't have. And that brings us to my second thing that he doesn't have that Trick, Oba, Javon does have. And this is the most important part. Crowd interaction. So when you look at Trick come out and his theme song hits and the beat drops, what does the crowd do? They chant, "Whoop that Trick." You know, "Whoop that Trick." They chant that because that's what got him over. That's why he's so popular now. He even got the crowd chanting lemon pepper steppers when he actually gets ready to say it. They say it with him. You got Obafemi. Let me tell you something. Obafemi has the perfect setup for a top contender star. So when Obafemi's music hit, everybody chanting woo, woo, Oba, Oba, and then they do the little strut, you know what I'm saying? They do a little strut with him, all that type of stuff. They do a little strut. And it's like, when you look at Javon, his music hits that boy, bouncy, like the crowd interacts with them, their music, their struts, you know what I'm saying, their catchphrases. But with Carmelo Hayes, he doesn't have any of that. When his music hits, his music is fine, but it has nothing the crowd can go along with. I look at Jey Uso, you know what I'm saying, the little Yeet thing. Even though I'm not a huge fan of the Yeet thing, like he has crowd interactions. Like crowd interaction is so critical to you potentially getting over. And Carmelo Hayes does not have that. Carmelo Hayes, unfortunately, as talented as he is, as much work that he puts in it, as much as I like to see him win, he just doesn't have it. He doesn't have the crowd interaction. And I want him to succeed, I do. But I feel like without the crowd interaction, the most crucial part, and the fact that he's like short, he's not as built as Oba and Trick, it's just, he's got so many things against him than not, you know what I mean? So, and it's a shame because I relate so well to this, because it's like Carmelo Hayes puts in so much work and only gets half of what they're getting. Trick has been on the main roster for 4 months and already has a mid-card title. It took Carmelo Hayes 2 years to get a mid-card title. This man was going loss after loss after loss after loss after loss. Couldn't get a win to save his life. Obafemi making a career-defining moment by defeating Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. Javon Devins competing in a multi-man IC title ladder match for the IC title, a championship match, and Javon just got here as well. And if you look at Carmelo, it's like, damn, like, I've been here this long and like niggas is already on this type of time. And it's kind of unfortunate because, like I said earlier, Trick, Javon, and Oba got there after him, 2 years after. It's crazy. And it's like, I want Carmelo Hayes to be successful. I want to see him, you know, in pivotal moments. I want to see him as a world champion, but how likely is that? I have no idea. I don't think it's likely. I don't think they want him as world champion. And that's the harsh thing to say, but not everybody is meant for a world champion. You know what I mean? So, but I honestly believe that with Carmelo Hayes, if he tweaks, I like his gimmick now. I like the fact that he's him. I like the fact that he knows he's him. I like his overall aesthetic. But if he could tweak it a little bit to get, if they give him like a nice catchphrase, and if they give him something in his theme song to where the crowd can chant along and the crowd can actually be more engaged with him, I feel like it will help him more in the long run. Because them chanting, "We want Melo," them chanting, you know, Melo, all that was down in NXT, it didn't translate well to the main roster. And that's an issue. If it doesn't translate well to the main roster, it doesn't really mean anything. You know what I'm saying? So if they can tweak Melo a little bit, I believe he can be set up to be a world caliber superstar, a world championship caliber superstar. But that's just my take on it. Because I was in a debate with this one dude in our group chat, and we were going back and forth. I'll put it up here. All right, so this dude put up the status that says people be trying so hard to put Melo in the same group with Oba, Trick, and Javon. No offense, but Melo had a year to get over. Still can't do it. Javon got over just for being his goofy self. Trick and Oba, self-explained. Melo, not it. So you guys know I had to go and put my 2 cents in because, first off, you're not finna just go over there and say all that BS and think I'm not finna respond to it. So y'all can take a second to read what I said. You can pause the video, see what I said. Obviously, I responded with a strong rebuttal. And then this is what he said after. So this man's gonna say he's had booking on parts of that of Javon Evans, and yet Evans is already 2 times over. He can't work a mic like Melo as well, yet still more over. I agree with that. I do understand what he's saying, but at the same time, bro, you cannot say that Melo had the same opportunities as Javon. So I rebutted again because when I actually started to debate people, I have the passion to just debate. But I feel like this dude was not hearing what I was saying. Because if you can see here, I rebuttal with strong rebuttals. And it does take you time to read what I say. So just read what I said here and we'll go to the next one. Y'all can pause and read this as well. Obviously, I was getting frustrated because I'm like, this nigga is not hearing what I'm trying to say. This man is not understanding what I'm saying. And if we're in a debate and you're not understanding what I'm saying and you're still not acknowledging what I'm saying, then I'm just going to stop the debate because obviously you're not hearing what I'm saying. So obviously, he had the last reply. I just stopped because I'm just like, at this point, fuck it. We were going back and forth, and it's kind of like I almost got offended because it's like he was coming for Carmelo a little bit, saying that you can't put Melo in the same atmosphere or conversation as Obertrick and Javon. I'm like, nigga, this man Carmelo can wrestle circus around all the motherfuckers with the exception of Javon. But my thing is this: when I started to think about what he was saying, I was like, you know what? He's probably right. He is probably right. He got a good point because Melo doesn't have the fan engagement. You know what I'm saying? So that right there is a crucial part, that and the height. But that's probably why Melo is in the position that he's in now compared to the other three. It's unfortunate, but that's just the way it is. If you guys have a different take on it, let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, turn on your post notifications, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.